It's on. Navya, you know the rules. Just because you are in fourth semester doesn't mean I won't be able to understand that you are using phone. Correct now? Absent, Sakar. Mark will be absent. Manthan, same thing for you also. Absent. Okay. As Sakar saying, so now onwards those who are going to use mobile phone will be marked as absent. Knowledge purpose. Don't need. How much knowledge you want? Tell me.
To listen to your class and gain knowledge.
It's okay. That you should gain at home. Then you should come. Better. Actually, better. Better than before.
I also thought
He said tough now, they are not COVID.
that's why we need knowledge. People are misunderstanding how to code it.
Pritam, did you join the last class? Did you attend the last class? Or this is the, last class means 9:30 wala session. You attended? Did you attend the digital marketing class? You attended?
We might be late. A bus is late.
I don't know what happened to my laptop. I know Is it on? No, somebody help me. I don't know what happened. Which one? Wow. Thank you. Okay, have you joined Taggy?
Yes, ma'am. But you're not.
Huh?
You're not.
I have already given yes the first two PPTs.
Assignment you have not posted.
Assignment I have already told you. I have not created the space yet. You start doing it. Okay. I guess your last class will be on 5th, sorry, 6th of Shraddha.
Ma'am,
Avira's photo.
Avira's photo.
Okay, so 6th July most probably is your last working day, 4th sem. 6th July. I don't know how much I have heard in this 6th July. How much I have heard. I'm not sure. You know I'm never sure. Okay, so how much I know it is Megha. It's I don't know what happened to this particular thing. Thiru sir has put it on recording and I'm still struggling with the cable. The thing is that 6th July is your last working day. Most probably, how much I know, I'm not sure. So by 5th July, you just prepare all your assignments and everything. Okay, I'll send mail or I'll put it in academic. I don't know, somebody help me. This is not working. Convocation 9th July. You are asking the right, I don't know, maybe it's not. Okay, you are asking the wrong question to the wrong person. Okay, I don't know. I guess you have got the Google form, mail, right? For this. Why not? Ask to activities. Okay, I guess we have discussed till non-tariff period tax. Did we? Yes. Some faces are blank and they are like, you don't know. Okay, physically present, mentally absent. It's okay, enough. You can keep your bag on the chair. Okay. Uh, as we said that there are two types of trade barriers, non-tariff barrier and tariff barrier, right? Non-tariff barrier, I mean, it is very much easy to understand that, I mean, the trade barriers or the duties are going to be minimal or these are going to be diminished. So what is exactly the tariff barrier? Name suggests itself, the amount, the levy which are or which is going to be collected on the goods when they are going to pass through the custom area, right? From one destination to another destination, custom areas will be there. When the goods or the services are going to be passed through that particular custom area, the amount, the levy, the duty, what you have to pay, that is known as tariff. Fine. Okay. Now, basically, tariff are very much applicable for the international commodities. Obviously, if it is our domestic product, then there is no question of custom area. There is no question of export import. So it is very much understandable that when your goods are going to cross the national boundaries, the question of tariff is going to come into picture. Fine. Yes, clear? Then they say that generally this kind of duties, these are in the form of, or these are collected in the form of heavy taxes, or that means a very heavy amount of money. Now, what is the main aim of tariff that we discussed in trade barrier? Remember, we said that you need to protect your domestic market players. You have to protect. If you do not have any kind of tariff, you do not have any kind of trade barrier, then there will be, smooth transition of goods between the countries. And when there will be smooth transition of goods between the countries, then obviously there will be flow of foreign products in your own market. Then what about the domestic players? What about the domestic production? Yes? No? Okay. Then what about the foreign exchange reserve? Remember we discussed that every country should have a good amount of foreign exchange reserve. Otherwise, you all know what is right now the current situation of Sri Lanka. All right, 1 kg of rice in Indian rupees, it is almost now 1,000. It is crossing 1,000 in Indian rupees. 1 kg of rice. They really do not have even a single amount of foreign exchange reserve. So that at least they can say that since our economy has destroyed, we can import something for our people. That also they do not have. So at least you should have some kind of foreign exchange reserve in order to protect your economy. More the foreign exchange reserve, better for the country. Fine. Now, Megha and Shreya, we will discuss later what you are talking. Now, another main objective, as we said, that to protect the domestic market. See, when you are going to put tariff on the imported goods, then obviously the price of the imported goods are going to be high, right? For example, the price of that particular product in Indian rupees is 500. Import duty you have put around 15 to 20%. So you are going to get it in market around 800 to 1000 rupees. So obviously when the price is high, the customer is going to be discouraged to buy those imported products, right? And when the market is going to be discouraged in order to import those products, obviously you do not have any other way other than producing it in your own market. And your own market is going to be benefited, especially the local market players, right? Yes, we discussed that the new R&D development should be there, new industry introduction should be there. We discussed that the global semiconductor chip shortage right now for mobile and speaker, those accessories. So Tata has come forward. Tata said that okay, with the help of Dixon technology, we are going to now manufacture. Tata is going to set up the new chip manufacturing plant, obviously with the better R&D. So this is how, I mean, you simply cannot rely on the foreign market to get everything, right? By doing that, no foreign exchange reserve, your economy is not going to be boosted, your local market is going to be destroyed. So put tariff, increase the price of the imported goods, and obviously discourage the market to get everything from foreign market, right? Your local market should be survived. Is it clear? You can write it in your own words. Tariff, you can write it in your own words. Question, it has come once. Explain the importance of tariff or trade barriers in case of international trade, right? You need to discuss trade barrier objectives we have discussed, tariff, why tariff should be imposed. That all you just have to write it in your own words. These are common. Fine, you can write. I know you can write. Okay. No, seriously, right now I'm checking your junior's copy and yeah, I know you can write. Now I know you can write. Okay. Now, these are the types of tariff barriers. So the first type, it is on the basis of the origin and destination. That means from where the product is going to be imported or exported to where it is going to be imported or exported, right? So under this particular category, there are three types: export duty, import duty, and transit duty. Export duty, import duty, you all know that when it is going to cross the national boundaries, it is going to go out of any specific economical area, you have to pay custom duties, right? If you are exporting, export duty. If you are importing, import duty. The destination should pay the import duty, correct? Now, what is transit duty? Transit duty, it is something which very much controversial in case of international trade, because by transit duty actually a third country is going to be benefited. How? Now, for example, yes, Karthik? Okay, later we'll discuss. Exactly. A third country is going to be benefited. Neither the country which exporting or importing, nor the destination country. For example, I mean, most of you may be knowing the fact that USA and Canada, they do very much, I mean, a heavy amount of import and export to Europe via Sweden, right? They do a lot. And again, it is vice versa also. In that case, the companies who do the or who does the import export via Sweden, they have to pay duty to Sweden itself, because they are passing through the custom area of Sweden. By that, actually, Sweden is going to be benefited. If you talk about India, the benefited country is no one but Bangladesh. Every year, India pays a good transit duty amount to Bangladesh, because India uses the sea route via Bangladesh, right? And since the sea route passes through Cox's Bazar and Chittagong, that's why India has to pay the transit duty to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is benefited. Transit duty, that's why actually it is controversial. Because you talk about Sweden, you talk about Bangladesh, they do not have any role to play in this particular export import. But still, they are getting a percentage of duty, they are getting a percentage of money, just because it should go through that particular country. Clear? Export import transit, I mean that you all know, it's just brushing up. Now, on the basis of qualification of tariffs. Now, what is qualification of tariff? Based on the quantity of the product, based on the price of the product, right? First one is specific duty. Now, this is a lump sum amount collection which is decided on the quantity of the product which you are importing or exporting. That quantity is fixed. For example, if it is 1000 unit, you have to pay 20%. Like that, a particular quantity is fixed. Against to that particular quantity, a particular duty or a particular tariff amount, the tariff levy is fixed. That is on the basis of the quantity of the product you are exporting or you are importing. Now, the second one, ad valorem. Ad valorem is now on, it is a fixed percentage, but it is on the value of the commodity. Now, I mean, we see in movies also, a person, I mean, a particular amount or a particular quantity you may, bring with yourself from Dubai, right? After that, you have to pay. Even I still remember there was a movie of Surya. I don't know whether you have seen it or not. You have seen, yeah? You have seen, right? And I mean, there are various ways how he used to, bring those gold. Huh? What? Correct, right?
He puts diamonds
In his hair, and not hair, in his like
bottle also.
water bottle, under the shoe.
Friend's stomach.
So, that was drug. That is illegal. We are not. Pritam is like, is it possible? Okay. Now, Pritam wears a Rolex watch. Okay. Now, I don't know what about the duty, import, export. I don't know. You can get an example from him. Right, Pritam? Rolex watch? Okay. Now, by saying that actually, the place from where Pritam bought this particular Rolex watch, it is, I mean, it is duplicate. Right, Pritam, it is duplicate, right? But the thing is that Rolex watches, original Rolex watches come without duty. That is illegal. Okay, Pritam, sorry, it is original. Don't mind. Okay, now, original Rolex watches also come in Indian market. But if comes without any kind of duty, illegal. It has to have some tariff barrier. Only then when it enters into the market, that is the legal transaction. Same thing, specific, you have to come up with a specific quantity. Based on that specific quantity, you have to give a fixed percentage, right? Now, specific quantity means, as I said, it might be, I mean, possible that for 1000 units, earlier it was 15%, right? Then maybe 3000 unit, earlier it was 27%. Like that, there are different slabs. That much quantity, that much amount. In case of ad valorem, it is based on the value of the product, right? If you are now, for example, you are exporting or importing something related to gold, obviously the percentage should be based on the value, right? But then again, gold is not under ad valorem. Gold will fall under compound duty. That's why I'll tell you later. Yes, Sarthak? Very good. Because compound duty is nothing but the combination of both specific and ad valorem. If you are going to import or export some precious item like gold or any metal, platinum or something, you should give a fixed percentage based on the quantity. You should give a fixed percentage based on the value what you are importing or exporting. Be very careful. Different products, different steps. It might be specific, it might be ad valorem, it might be compound. But then again, the precious metal, as I say, like gold, platinum, or anything which is very much precious for any particular country, that generally comes under compound duty only, right? But then again, those perfume or all those foreign products that generally come under specific duties. Why? Because value you cannot put. Different products, maybe different perfumes, different values. So they put that for a specific quantity, a fixed percentage for a specific quantity. Fine. Is it clear? Specific, ad valorem, compound. You can write. Yes. Don't think write the movie. I mean write on your own. Okay. Should we move forward? Yes. Maxwell is like, I'm not at all interested in this thing. I'll simply read. Okay, anyways, many things you have to read on your own because I was calculating I'm going to have 20 classes of yours. So within that 20 classes, I have to complete the entire portion. And the little bit tricky portion are going to be your theories of international trade. There are, I guess, almost 7 to 8 theories are there. So that and export import is going to be little tricky, right? Last module that 1 or 2 classes maximum it will be. Maximum 3 classes, right? So within 20 classes we have to finish. So that's why quickly we are rushing. But I'll give you the study materials. Go through the study materials. If you have any problem, then we can discuss. Prathamesh to me, he doesn't know. Any doubt? That he doesn't know. Okay. Now on the basis of purpose. Now on what purpose these goods are being imported or exported? First one is revenue tariff. This kind of tariffs are basically imposed on the mass consumption product. Mass consumption including your day-to-day products also. Mass consumption maybe including some spare parts of your automobile. Mass consumption, it can be your electronic gadgets also. So on those particular products which are consumed by the customers on a day-to-day basis or on a large extent, on a great extent, those particular products are subjected to revenue tariff. Now, why the name is revenue tariff? Because, tell me. That is what. More consumption necessary. You cannot stop those consumption actually. You cannot say that we are not going to allow BBK electronic products to enter in Indian market. Can you? No. I mean, Kanati Prashant is laughing. Are you using BBK electronic products? Yes? Same thing. I'm also. I've changed Oppo. Right? So obviously, we are, right?
Ma'am, if we are reporting something, we'll have some tariff. If they came to India and established a showroom, will they have the same tariff?
No, showroom is different. If they are going to establish manufacturing plant, right? In that case, maybe subsidy or something, some facilities they are going to give. Showroom, tariff they have to give.
Same.
Not same. Maybe some percentage difference will be there, but they have to give. Right? In case of showroom, retail outlets, tariff should be there. Right? Because by doing that, I mean, India is not getting the economy boost up to a great extent. But yes, if you are going to set up a manufacturing plant, then you can talk about those subsidy and other facilities. But not in case of showroom. Tariff you have to give. Difference at a percentage difference, right? Revenue tariff, the name, yeah, as Prashant said, that you cannot stop actually consumption of these products, right? So that's why this particular tariff can become a source of your revenue generation. You cannot stop consumption of those products. You can add tariff, and the company who is going to sell the product here or who is going to utilize the local market here, they have to give you that particular tariff. By doing that, the government can have additional revenue generation. Right? So that's why it is the name is like revenue tariff. Next one is protective tariff. Name suggests itself. Nothing but you are going to simply apply, heavy duties because you don't want those products to be imported to a great extent. And by doing that, you want to protect your local market. That's all, right? That's why it is protective tariff. Now, I really don't know. I know, see, IBD can be a very boring subject, and I am not gonna scold you for that. It's the first time when I was also studying. I felt it. Yeah, Manthan is like, okay, finally she agreed on something. No, Manthan, I mean, honestly speaking, I felt that it is quite boring. Because the reason is that when you talk about marketing, you are having lots of example around in you, starting from advertisement, lots of advertisements. Still remember when I taught you the positioning strategies. Your entire class started singing Hema Rekha Jaya Sushma, right? That is different. But in case of IBD or international business, you really do not have that kind of funny examples. But then again, it is one of the most important papers. Papers why might be possible that you are going to work for a MNC. In that case, this is going to be a crucial part. If you won't be able to understand small things about international business, in MNC it is going to be a little bit tough because generally they think that, okay, these are the basics, we do not have to tell them about these things. And that's why they have put it in your syllabus.
MNC.
What MNC?
PwC. Don't know nothing.
They will learn. That's why he has come to class to learn. Okay, that fine. But then again, I mean, honestly speaking, my sincere apologies if I am not able to make this subject attractive. Because this subject is like that, you have to talk about the rules, regulation, provisions. No example, nothing. You do not have any ad example. Okay, no jingle, no product, no service. But then again, that's why it is not a marketing paper, and this is a core paper for everyone, right? For me also, it was core paper only. So that's why I know it is going to be little bit boring, little bit difficult, but then again, just try to understand. That much only I can say. Okay. Now, um, revenue tariff, as we said, day-to-day consumption, mass consumption product. Protective tariff, you are going to impose heavy duty. The reason is that you want to protect your local players, your local market. You impose heavy duty, product prices are going to be higher, demands are going to be less. So obviously, you have to rely on your local market. That's all. Now, countervailing duty, that is also another kind of protecting your local market. Another kind of protecting your local market. Now, what basically is countervailing duty? Sometimes, just now, Uma Maheshwar Rao was asking that if any company is having a showroom here, right? In that case, they are going to have a less percentage of tariff as compared to other companies. If any company is having their manufacturing plant here, they are going to get lots of subsidies, right? They are going to have lots of subsidies, facilities. That was actually the earlier thing. Now, government thought that by doing that, my economy is not getting boosted anyways. For example, a company XYZ, a foreign company having its manufacturing plant in India, having lots of subsidies, lots of facilities, and the company is flourishing, the company is doing business like anything. Is this company is going to boost up India's economy? Obviously not. The host countries, correct? The origin countries. So government thought that I'm giving lots of cash assistance. Sometimes they give cash assistance also. I'm giving lots of subsidies, but my economy is not getting benefited. Some other countries' economy is getting benefited. If I give this subsidy or this cash assistance to my local players, then my economy is going to be benefited. Correct? Then government came up with this particular thing called countervailing duty. Government said that you are going to get subsidy, you are going to get cash assistance, you have to pay a heavy amount tax to me also. That's all. If I'm going to give you many facilities and subsidies, I have to counter it by collecting a heavy duty on it. As simple as that. So to nullify the effect of that cash assistance, subsidy, all those facilities, government said that I also want a heavy amount of tax or a levy collection countering to your subsidies or to your facilities. Because anyways, by giving you all those subsidies and facilities, my economy is not getting benefited to a great extent. So why I'm not going to think about myself? If you want to set up a manufacturing plant, the initial hiccups you can remove with the help of my cash assistance, with the help of my subsidies. But in return, in counter, you have to pay me a heavy amount of levy so that my economy also can get benefited. Another form of protecting your economy, another form of protecting your local players, right? Now, do you remember we were discussing about dumping, that your tariff, your trade barriers are also a mean of, stopping the dumping of, from foreign countries, right? So once a case study came, difference between, the case study was all about the difference between countervailing duty and anti-dumping duty, right? So there is a particular duty which is called anti-dumping duty. Now, anti-dumping duty is nothing but if government thinks, that means the custom, if they thinks that okay, there are very less quality product, although I don't like to use this particular word cheap, the cheap quality products are entering in India or in any of the market, in any of the local market, which is hampering the market situation as well as which is hampering the business of the local players. In that case, government is going to put anti-dumping duty. That means government is going to say that, first of all, if any product is not matching the standard of our product or the standard of our expected product, that particular product won't be able to enter into the market. Secondly, if there is some little bit difference between the expected standard and the actual standard of the product, it might be possible that products are entering into the market but with a heavy amount of duty. Huge amount of import or export duty you have to put, only then the product will enter into the market. That is anti-dumping duty. That is applicable for any kind of product, right? Any kind of product. I'll come to both of you later because I have to complete my syllabus. Ashrita understood, right, Ashrita? Thank you. Megha, I didn't forget. I have come to you also after the class, right? Okay, that is anti-dumping duty. Anti-dumping duty is applicable for any kind of product which government thinks is not suitable for the market. Fine. And the countervailing duty is imposed only for those products whose manufacturing plant or manufacturing setup is there in your local market. Remember, anti-dumping duty is applicable for any kind of product entering into your market. It might be applicable for any product entering into the market. Countervailing duty applicable for those products which are being manufactured in your market. Fine. The case study came. What was the legal obligation? Right? A particular case study came regarding the legal obligation regarding the various duties. But the mainly the case study focused, or how much I remember, the second question was very much focused on the difference between this anti-dumping duty and this countervailing duty. Correct? So anti-dumping, always remember, it can be applicable in any of the products based on government's idea, based on your country's measurement standard, right? Countervailing duty, the specific to those products which are being manufactured in your country. Fine? Yes? Anti-dumping and countervailing. Now the last one is on the base. Everyone is looking at watch. Hey, it's 11, 12 only. Right? Now, as I say that, I mean, honestly speaking, I also feel bad when I see your bored faces while I teach. But then again, it is, if you are exporting, tariff, you have to give, no?
Based on the country, it will be same for all.
What I am telling from the first class itself, these are the different kinds of tariffs. Based on that particular,
Imports,
not only imports, both import-export duty, right? It is from host to destination country. No. If you are exporting from your country, why do you have to pay tariff to your host, to your country? You have to pay tariff to your destination, no?
exporting to Australia.
Okay, for example, you are one country, I am one country. You are exporting to me, correct? Now pay me off.
So we can't.
That too, your contribution to your country's economy will be in the form of GDP, per capita income, all these things.
In my country, the price is less. In foreign country, the price is more. I can avoid selling in my country and pay in other countries.
That is a very bad idea. You cannot, I mean, that you will fall under legal obligation. How can you simply removing your local market and selling the product in foreign market?
That is what I'm asking.
No. You have to pay. I mean, you have to sell, right? Now, for example, you are exporting to me, but you have to come through Ashrita, right? Mine will be export duty, hers will be transit duty. Very good. Now it is clear, Maheshwar. Thank you. Okay, now as I said, I mean, I know, I also really feel bad when I see all your bored faces while teaching, but I know, I mean, I have to complete the portion and you have to understand the things. One thing I could do that I could say that, okay, I'm giving you all the reference materials, just go through it. By doing that, actually, you won't be able to understand these things. Especially when you are going to read these things just the night before of your exam, right? I'm not sure whether you are going to practice these things continuously or not. If your exam is on September, then obviously you are going to read it from September only. So in that case, better to discuss at least once, right? That's why I am discussing. Pritam, don't compel me to take your mobile phone in fourth semester. Okay, it's okay. Chalo. Absent, sir. Okay. Now the last one on the basis of trade relation, right? Trade relation between whom? Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Trade relation between two countries, right? Or it can be not only bilateral, it can be multilateral also. Remember, we said if you are part of a regional trade bloc, then the trade relation obviously will be among the multiple countries. Fine. First one is single column tariff. Single column tariff is nothing but you are going to set a fixed percentage, Prathamesh and Arpita. I'll leave you all after this particular thing. Then I have to ask Prathamesh, Arpita, Megha, Shreya, and Ashita Uma Maheshwar Rao. He is not talking to anyone. Okay. I'll come to you. I didn't see Prahlad, so I'll ask you only, right, Prathamesh? Okay. See, single column tariff is nothing but a particular fixed percentage of tariff you are putting for all the nations who are having trade relation with you, right? For example, XYZ country is having trade relation with 6 other countries. So XYZ country is going to fix a single percentage which is applicable for all those 6 countries, right? No variation between the tariffs for all those countries. Single column tariff is rarest of the rarest cases in international trade, right? No country wants to, apply single column tariff. Fine, because by doing that, actually, you are simply making the disadvantageous side for your country only. Right? So, single column tariff in book it is there, but in practical world or in the real application of international trade, this is rarest of the rarest case. Now, the another one is double column tariff. Double column tariff is the most applicable in international trade. Name suggests itself, it is going to be different for different countries, right? If XYZ is country and XYZ is having the trade relation with 6 countries, there will be, multiple percentage for those 6 countries. Fine. Now, under double column tariff, that is higher and lower rate. This is nothing but groupism. Okay. If you are groupism, if you are, having a good relation, if the other country is very much friendly with you, then lower rate. Russia, India. Actually, always Russia, India. Okay. Double column tariff, but lower rate. Fine. Higher rate. You do not like that country, but you have to get something from that country, or you have to have the trade relation with that country, higher rate. China? Actually, the thing is Pakistan. Who said Pakistan? Hey, we do not have any trade relation with Pakistan. Oil, huh? But India, I don't think, are they in higher column tariff? I don't think.
Hollywood movies, Bollywood movies. Indian movies will play in
They have to. That is a trade relation?
based what is of money no.
Money. But that is also not being played now. From that Pulwama, after that Pulwama attack, no Bollywood movies are being screened in Pakistan. No Pakistani movies are being screened in Bollywood after that attack. Yes, yes, Sarthak. Which one? Pulwama attack. Okay, after that actually it became the war situation between India and Pakistan. Trade, directly we do not do trade with Pakistan, oil countries, but if I'm not wrong, Kaniti Prashant, oil, mainly we are very much having a trade relation with this Middle East countries. The OPEC countries we are having. That is one. They are the like best friends. Okay, so I mean, yes, this is the proper example. Padmini, one more time you use the mobile phone. I mean, honestly speaking, it's now irritating me. I'm not telling you only, to everyone. It's completely irritating me. By doing that, this week I'll stop the classes. Rest, I don't know who will take your classes. Right? I guess that would be the best possible thing what I can do. Okay, I'll stop your classes. Some other faculty will take. That I don't know. That academics will decide, right? Because in class you all may be in fourth semester, but that doesn't mean that you have the authority, right? Or liberty. Thank you for the words, Arthur. Liberty to use mobile phones in class, right? Still you are in college premises, and my rules are intact.
Trade relations.
What? Trade relation, I don't want. Double column tariff, then it will be higher rate. In case of mobile, I am not friendly. Okay? No, no, no. No. Old student doesn't mean, see, if since you are old student, so obviously I expect more from you. Correct? Yes. The new students, your juniors, I am not gonna expect the same thing from them what I expect from you. Correct? No. Yes. You all know me for the last 2 years. They don't know. They know me for the last not even one month, 1 year. They are knowing me from October. Right? So, hmm? Thank you. Double column tariff is clear. Lower rate, as Sarthak said, India and Russia. Friendly countries, right? Whatever happens, we both are friends. And higher rate, not Pakistan. Pakistan, we definitely not gonna do. Yeah, but then again, another country with whom right now we are fighting for petty reasons. That is Bangladesh. We are really fighting for petty reasons. Another interesting part is that we are fighting with Bangladesh government for small reasons. The main reason is that sea route, right? But then again, during the this rainy season, India and Bangladesh again will be friends, right, Pritam? India and Bangladesh is going to be friends. Yes, maybe. Okay. Not India specifically. West Bengal government and Bangladesh becomes friends. You know for what? Fish. Fish import. India imports Hilsa fish from Bangladesh because Hilsa fish, the best Hilsa fishes are available in Bangladesh only. Podda and Tista, we call. These are the rivers where, most of the best quality Hilsa fishes are there. So during this rainy season, again, India, I mean specifically this state government and Bangladesh government becomes best of friends. Now it will fall under which tariff?
Seasonal.
Seasonal tariff. Okay. Did we discuss about state trading in non-tariff barrier? State trading in non-tariff barrier, where I said that government or government agencies are going to deal with the foreign market. There will be no third party, only government and or government agencies. Same thing happens in between India and Bangladesh when the question is regarding fish, right? Okay, so this is how it happens. But then again, I mean, double column tariff is prevailing mostly in case of real international trade scenario. Single column tariff is also there, but most probably, or I mean, very generally, it falls under preferential trade block. Remember, we discussed preferential trade block, everybody forgot, PTB. It comes under the regional trade block. Okay, one particular union, they decide that okay, we are the member nations, we are the friends, so we are going to have that much tariff only among us. Non-member nation, we are not going to give them any kind of facility in tariff. Member nation, we are going to enjoy this particular thing. Preferential trade block, the first type of regional trade block, your second last online class, right? So that is the thing. That I mean, single column tariff. If you observe it, that will be mostly for preferential trade block, and mainly the general scenario of international trade. It is double column. If you are having a friendly relation with the other part or other country, lower rate. I mean, if it's just for the sake of trading, you have to have those products from that particular country. Otherwise, you do not have any kind of good relation with that country. Always it's higher rate. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any doubt? Okay. Thank you. Maxwell is like, thank God, it's 11:30. Third module completed. In single column.
We said we have same percentage for the companies, but it will vary according to the
As I say, do not think that okay, keep quiet. Actually, Navya asked a genuine question. That this single column tariff, same percentage for all the countries, but whether it varies on the goods or not. Now, you are asking about specific and ad valorem duty. You are asking related to that. Correct, Navya? Understand one thing. When you are doing international trade, all these duties are not imposing simultaneously. Based on the government, which duty government wants to impose. But these are the various types. Government can impose any of them, or government can use more than one or more than two of them. But not necessarily all the tariffs and non-tariff types are going to be imposed simultaneously by the government. Based on various aspects, Navya, it is decided not only based on this particular goods aspect. Maybe because of the political situation, government has to think that okay, we have to go ahead only with the double column or single column. Might be possible that economical thing is going to be there, social thing is going to be there, technological aspect, right? Your cultural aspect. By seeing every possible aspects from every after consideration, every possible perspective, government is going to decide that which kind of tariffs or non-tariffs are going to be applied for a particular country, right? Not that all the tariffs or non-tariffs are going to be applied simultaneously. Was I able to give you an answer, Navya? Yes, thank you. Okay, today's date
20.
20. Okay, HR was there, Megha is there. Megha, there. Shreya. Shreya is there. Oh, you all are HR. Yukesh Babu is there.
Teja,
Hey, one by one, tell me.
Teja, Pradeep Raj,
Shriteja, okay. Pradeep Rajesh, okay.
Mansa Bhavadani,
Bhavatarini and Mansa. Okay, I don't know where is Bhavatarini. Bhavatarini. Okay, Bhavatarini and Mansa. Mansa Priya. Done? Good
Arpita,
answer. Okay, Arpita. Arpita, Bhavatarini, Mansa Priya, Megha, Shriteja, Pradeep Raj, Shreya, Yukesh. That's all? Okay. 20. Finance.
Finance,
Finance. Tell me. Names. Okay, one by one, one by one. Yes. Ajit is there? No. Okay, Harshit. Paladu, Harshit. Okay, Pralay is there, right? Pallavi. Who is Pallavi? Prathamesh is there. Padmini is there. Prashant? No? Manoj is there. I'm coming. Wait. Manoj is there.
and Mahesh Rusha,
Mahesh.
Mahesh,
Mahesh is. You are finance. Don't give me heart attacks, Manthan. Okay. Harshita. Harshita is there. And I have marked Harshita, Pralay, Mahesh, Prathamesh, Manoj, Padmini,
Harshit, 99,
Paladu Harshit. Harshit mark. Done? Finance done? Okay. Marketing. Amir marked, Ashwin marked, Austin marked, Diksha marked, Dinesh marked, Manthan marked, Prashant marked, Uma Maheshwar Rao, Maxwell, Nikhil,
yeah,
Navya, Preetam, Ranjit is there, Sarthak is there, Yoheshwar is there. Right? Done?
Arvind,
Sayed marked, Ashita marked, Inam. Okay, Inam marked. Marked. Arvind marked. Done no? Yes, I have marked Amir, Arvind, Ashwin, Austin, Diksha, Dinesh, Manthan, Kaniti Prashant, Uma Maheshwar Rao, Maxwell, Inam, Nikhil, Navya, Preetam, Ranjit, Ashita, Sarthak, Sayed and Yoheshwar. Correct? No? Thank you. Interview, how can I mark the present? Then ask the placement cell to give us the name. Don't you think, Navya, this is sky high demand? You go and tell placement department to give us the names. Then we'll mark. Not only Priyanka, it might be possible any other person as well. Then I marked.
now this is weird.
Basically,